has been a week with bad weather in Tromsø city, my hometown in the north of Norway. And in the next few weeks we are facing the worst period of winter in my region. And that is for 3 reasons. Firstly, it will continue to snow for the next few weeks, and we will not see peak snow depth before late April. Secondly, we have come to a time of the year where spring has started in the south of Norway. It is rather distressing to see news reports of warm weather and sunbathing people in the capital, while we can see huge mounds of snow outside our windows. And thirdly, we are coming to the end of the Northern Lights season. If you Google, what is Tromsø city famous for, then one of the first answers will be Northern Lights. So I think I will spend the rest of the show talking about this amazing sight that we have in the sky at night. Northern Lights are also called polar lights or aurora. It is a natural light display in the sky, and they are usually seen close to the northern and southern poles. The lights seen in the north are called the Northern Lights or the aurora borealis. These lights are quite magical to watch as they dance across the sky. But what are they? The Northern Lights are produced by space weather. That sounds quite weird, does it not? How can space have weather? To make a long story short, the sun does not only send light into space, but also small particles. These particles are filled with energy and would make life on Earth impossible if it had not been protected. Fortunately, the magnetic field around our planet is a good shield and protects us quite well. However, around the poles, the magnetic shield works in a different way, and that means that the particles from the sun comes into contact with our atmosphere. And at an altitude of about 60 miles, the interaction between the particles from the sun and our own atmosphere creates the Northern Lights. If you're interested in a more scientific version, you can read about it on Wikipedia or probably find a good book at a local library. So here are a few things to keep in mind. Auroras happen at all times during the day, all year round, but they are too faint to be seen when it's daylight. They are still up there, but you cannot see them with your eyes. And as the northern regions experience midnight sun and daylight at night in the summer, the season for watching Northern Lights is between October and March in winter. From April to September, the nights are too bright to get a good look at these lights. I guess this statement got you a bit confused, but just Google midnight sun or polar night and you will understand better. Secondly, space weather depends on the mood of the sun. Storms on the sun send more particles toward Earth, and that makes the Northern Lights stronger and also visible further south. So a really strong storm on the sun can make the lights visible in places like Minneapolis, England and Germany. And just like you have people forecasting the weather where you live, you have people forecasting how the Northern Lights will be. One of the best forecasting services come from the University in Tromsø. Just Google Northern Lights Norwegian Space Weather and you will find a web page belonging to the Norwegian Center for Space Weather. It is a pretty cool resource and is recommended if you go to Northern Europe to watch the lights. Thirdly, to see the Northern Lights you need good weather and a clear sky. A lot of tourists come to my city every year to see the Northern Lights and end up disappointed because all they get to see are snow blizzards, rain or just grey, depressing winter weather. So in my city there can be weeks without a chance to see anything in the sky, so bear that in mind. And lastly, the lights always look better on National Geographic and Instagram than what they do in real life. Digital pictures tend to make the lights a lot stronger and more colorful than how you will see them with your own eyes. Often they are more like a grey mist than a colorful green sight. So have this in mind the first time you go looking for Northern Lights, and also make sure that your camera is prepared for night photography. These lights can be tricky to record with your smartphone. So how is this like, to be out in the mountains on a dark winter night seeing the Northern Lights? Usually it is cold, the air is crisp, and you need good warm clothes to enjoy the show, and you need to be patient. The northern lights are a living thing. One moment the sky is dark and only faint stars are visible. Then the next moment you see the lights above you, dancing in the sky without any sound. It is a wonder and quite an experience. You feel small and humble with that sight above you, and also happy to have ventured out into the night to see the lights. No wonder there are a lot of legends associated with these lights. Just imagine how these lights must have been to our ancestors, magical and divine, shining in the sky. I will end here, so thanks for listening to the program, and please write a comment about what you would like to know about life in the North, and share this podcast with anyone interested in seeing the Northern Lights while visiting Northern Norway. So good night and stay warm wherever you are.